You know, we have a reputation of being rural and from a farm, but it's really way beyond that.
Wonderful leaders, 4-H leaders, and fantastic young people.
4-H brings people together.
So it's the personal development, it's the leadership skills, communication. That's really what they're learning for a lifetime.
4-H has been really good to help me get out and meet new people. I've made a lot of connections through 4-H.
It's just so amazing being able to work as a team and meet new people and make friends.
They come out of their shell, they find new friends, they just sort of find a place for themselves through 4-H.
The possibilities are endless.
4-H stands for head, heart, hands, and health.
And I was in 4-H when I was 12, as soon as I could get in there, and had a dairy calf and enjoyed that to the hilt. I loved it.
I think that the best part of 4-H is the opportunities that you get to go to, like 4-H camps.
I think things that I've learned through 4-H will definitely stick with me forever.
Love what it does for young people. I love the self-confidence it teaches. I love the leadership skills that it teaches as well. Love what it does for me. I get so much out of it. And we always think of 4-H as a organization for the development of youth, but it is for the development of youth and volunteers.
It's skills that you learn when you're learning how to cook that you carry through right to your adulthood. It's all those transferable skills that you don't get any other place. And it presents opportunities for everyone, whether you're the 9-year-old 4-H member that wants to learn, you know, how to do a specific skill or hobby, right up to the volunteer who, you know, gets an opportunity to, you know, be passionate and be involved with 4-H members. That's what 4-H is all about. It's the diversity and it's really engaging everyone.
The first club was started in Ontario in Waterloo County, and it was started by Stanley Knapp, who was the assistant ag rep at the time, and it was as a way of teaching agriculture to the next generation. All right, and they wanted to teach better husbandry and better agricultural methods and get it out into the rural communities. So the first club started in January of 1915, was in the Elmira area. Things were so different then. Started off with about 30, 32 kids, but it grew as it went, just because word was getting around what a great opportunity was. We always talk about 4-H starting off, it was known as Boys and Girls Clubs, but let's be honest, it was boys clubs. It was all boys at the time. It was intended as a way of teaching agriculture. As time went on, the first girls club would have started in the 30s, all right, and it was a sewing club.
And back in 1935, I led a bull calf 1.25 miles to the school fair. And as we were leaving the ring, the ag rep for that county had been the judge. He said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 11. Next year you'll be old enough for Boys and Girls Club work," which was what it was called at that time. Before the spring came around, he dropped an application in at the house, and that's how our family started in 4-H. I have great memories of what happened to some of those 4-H members. I can name you doctors and lawyers and many successful farmers and farm leaders.
In the late 50s, early 60s, which was the time I was there, it was expected that a staff person, assistant ag rep, would be at every meeting and would be doing the bulk of the teaching, in quotations, to the 4-H club members. So we developed 4-H club leaders associations. The club leaders were more than happy to assume the role of teacher at the meetings, and to assist them with doing that, we developed project books for the kids, leaders' guides for the leaders, so that they could easily and effectively take 20 minutes or half an hour teaching as part of each of the club meetings. For many years during the early years of 4-H and through the 40s, the 50s, into the 60s, the project, the calf, and how good it was, and how good it did at the achievement day at the local fair was the important thing. And it was easy to realize that hey, the calf, yes, is important, but only important as a means to an end, and the end is developing the individual 4-H member as a person.
The Women's Institute was an offshoot of the Farmers Institute, who were already well engaged in doing training for young men in farming. And so the Women's Institute was established to offer the same kinds of developmental opportunities to rural women who were not able to go to school and didn't have access to all of those pieces. They knew how critical it was to learn about food and handling and have more education in rural Ontario. So that movement became the start of the Home Ec branch, ultimately, Home Ec Service and Home Ec branch, and in that was the 4-H Homemaking Club beginning.
Originally it was administered through the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture and Food, and that's how it grew.
In 2000, April 1st of 2000, the Ontario 4-H Council took full control of the development and delivery of 4-H in Ontario. The Minister of Agriculture and Food at that point contributed financially significant dollars on an annual basis to support the program, but it was up to the Council to deliver, implement and deliver. All along, since many years ago, local sponsors, local organizations have supported 4-H at the local level. Provincially, 4-H was getting support as well, and to this day they are still getting support from many organizations across the province.
.4-H age is from 9 to 21. Any kids in that age group can join. We also have Clover Buds now, so that's for young people aged 6 to 8. Different program, but certainly run underneath the 4-H umbrella. It is very much a program that teaches valuable skills, you know, at different levels for those different age groups.
Having been involved in the camps for a number of years, it's wonderful to see, it's actually heartwarming to see 50 to 70, 80 4-H members in a week come together, not knowing anyone or very few, and by the end of the week, they can't get enough of each other.
It's all those tools, all those skills that, you know, problem solving and critical thinking and leadership and confidence and public speaking.
In looking back at some of the careers of people that we first saw in provincial and regional leadership conferences and watching them go on to important leadership roles locally, provincially, nationally.
I just love how many of our volunteers organize it and put it on and put together a quality program.
As a volunteer, it's a chance to give back in your community to young people and engage with another generation of youth.
For volunteers of the grassroots, they are the foundation of our 4-H program. If we didn't have volunteers, we wouldn't have a 4-H program, and so that's why it's important that we recognize them for their involvement in 4-H, but also the involvement that they have in the community, which often has many ties back to the 4-H program.
It's an awesome opportunity. Not only are they shown all the ways and follow a program that has got 100 years of roots in what to do, but it shows and allows that person to become better and better with the youth. And you become a better person as you teach some of the youth the things that you know and teach through the program.
So the Ambassador program was created to have a group of youth in the program to go out and promote 4-H within the organization and external.
What does CAE stand for? How many months?
The job.
That's so good.
Projects that are here today are limitless and are only limited by the minds of the individuals that are involved. We've got a great group of volunteers. We've got a great group of folks that are involved in the organization at the staff level, and I think the future is bright for 4-H in Ontario.
Young people need to belong. They need to belong to something, a club, an organization, whatever. And 4-H will always be here as something that they can belong to and learn from.
Happy birthday, 4-H!
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 Bonne fête, 4-H!
Happy birthday, 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 4-H Ontario. You're 100 years old.